Alright, just stopping right here before you even start the video. Every video is going to come with a disclaimer, so feel free, if you've already watched this disclaimer, to skip ahead into the actual episode. All the information that you see in this video, in this episode today, has been taken from Don't Go to the Cosmetics Counter Without Me 9th edition. This was written by Paula. Her full name's right there, and her Paula's Choice research team. Paula's Choice is a pretty well-known and trusted skincare brand. I've taken parts from this book that I found most interesting and intriguing that I think deserves to be known, so hopefully you're interested as well. I might turn off comments if I haven't. Please be respectful in the comments and realize that this is not my research, and this book was made in 2015, I believe. So some of the ideas, they may have changed, they may have introduced new research. I can't, go too far depth into that, but just be mindful of that and enjoy today's episode because I sure enjoyed learning and creating it. Hello all you shining stars and welcome to my channel, Shining Star Soup. Today is the first episode 1. I apologize if I have any skipping or freezing. I haven't figured out how to fix that yet. But episode 1 is Bogus Beauty Claims and Eye-Opening Truths according to Paula's Choice. Throughout this video, I'm just referencing Don't Go to the Cosmetics Counter Without Me, the 9th edition, and some particular interesting facts that I found most interesting, made the most sense, and yeah, I'm definitely glad that I picked up this book. Alright, so you will see my little stars for any sort of important points that I really think should be highlighted. We're going to start with number 1, and number 1 is you do not need a separate eye cream for the eye area. Basically what they are saying is that the same ingredients that work on your face for concerns such as sagging, dark circles, and wrinkles will work just as well for the eye area. There are a lot of products out there that are tailored just towards eye care, and they aren't cheap. They are pretty much just a higher price point for a smaller package. And yes, if you have eye cream, you can also use it on your entire face, but the same goes for your regular moisturizer. You do not need that special eye product. You don't need it. You don't need to spend the extra money. If you're in a pinch and you don't have eye cream, don't save up 80 bucks to go grab some. Just use your face moisturizer. That's point number 1, which completely makes sense. Point number 2 is that anti-wrinkle cream is not a miracle in a jar, and I've heard this before, that creams will never work better than fillers or Botox or plastic surgery. There is no skincare product on the market that can completely stop or reverse wrinkles. Also to note, dry skin does not cause wrinkles, and slathering on moisturizers will not change that fact. So yeah, there are a lot of beauty products that are tailored towards mature skin and anti-wrinkle and anti-this and anti-that. It's pretty much, pardon my French, bullshit. So yeah, it's marketing. It's all about the money. Number 3, which is kind of something that we are told, but they really kind of try to drill into our heads, that sun care is the most important thing you can do for your face. So you definitely want to look for those SPF products. I use a Neutrogena sunscreen SPF that acts as a moisturizer, but you can also put moisturizer on top of that. Sunscreen is so important no matter where you are. Sun damage begins as soon as unprotected skin is exposed to daylight. Again, no matter where you are, or what time of the day or the season, winter, fall, sun care is really important for your skin. This is another very interesting point. that kind of blew me away. And that is, just because it says non, and I'm going to butcher that, I'll just put that there. Just because it says it won't clog pores does not mean that it's not going to clog your pores. And I've had experience with this as well. If you've tried products with these claims and you still break out or it still makes your skin oily, it is because there is no approved or regular standard for these claims. Keep in mind, this book is from 2015. I mean, it's been how many years since this book has been created? Maybe there are claims, but at the time of the publishing, there wasn't any regular standard. If you're prone to breakouts and clogged pores, look for products that have a liquid, gel, serum, or lotion consistency. What they're saying is that thinner textures are less likely to clog pores or have worse ingredients. Heavy cream is something you really want to stay away from, because the heavy creams are what are going to clog your pores. So again, that was look for liquid, gel serums, or lotion. Tip: for those of us with oily skin or prone to breakouts, use a toner as your moisturizer during the day, followed by a lightweight moisturizer with sunscreen or a liquid foundation with sunscreen. I use Bobbi Brown that has sunscreen in it. So yeah, they're just saying just to use a toner, followed by something very lightweight. A light gel texture moisturizer is recommended at night. Number 5 is be leery about products that boost studies. Pretty much what they're saying is that you want to focus more on what the research is behind the key ingredients, especially the anti-aging claims. So, you look to Sephora, some products will say, we did this study, 95% of people said they had clearer skin, 96% of people said that blah, blah, blah. You want to kind of avoid taking that as truth and research the key ingredients and what the claims are for the key ingredients that they list when it comes to those studies. Number 6, another one is, oh boy, just because it says dermatologist tested doesn't mean it is the best way to go. The reason why is because dermatologist tested doesn't mean anything if you can't see the details of the studies to support the claims. Dozens are hired every year to do studies, so the studies are always going to be positive. You don't see many studies that are negative. They don't publish those. They keep those secret. And those dermatologists are paid to do that study. That's kind of an eye-opener for me. Just because it says dermatologist tested does not necessarily mean it's going to be the best fit for you. Number 7, is it really specially formulated for mature skin? Wow, I have problems getting that word out. Age is not a skin type. Alright? Women over 50 have different skin types, just like women of all ages. Women over 50 have oily skin, sensitivity, breakouts. Mature skin isn't always dry skin, and a lot of mature skin products are thick and heavy, which is not appropriate for everyone, no matter what your age. You should still look for a skincare routine that addresses the needs of your skin type and your skin concerns, not your age. So look, I don't care if it says this is tailored for mature skin. You can still go for that product tailored towards young adults or teens, if that is going to be what your skin care concerns are. Number 8, just because a product has a patented ingredient does not mean it's better. The only way to obtain a patent is to divulge the complete contents of the product and its intended use. They have absolutely nothing to do with the product's effectiveness, price, etc. Just because it has a patent, it doesn't validate the quality or the reliability, and It also does not mean that established ingredients can't be used by other companies for other purposes. So basically, if it's saying we have patented rose oil for this particular moisturizer tailored towards eyes, that doesn't mean another company can't use that rose oil to tailor their moisturizer for saggy skin. That's what it's saying. And this one is kind of my little side note, is to not always trust reviews. Reviews you see on Sephora or influencer, etc. about products. Some of them are sponsored. Some of them might have a beef. Some of them might have just been damaged in shipping, so they're giving a bad review of the product they received. You have to trust your own review. What works for everyone may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for everyone. Seems common sense, but common sense isn't always that common. Number 9. Another important one to note is that natural ingredients and essential oils aren't always what they seem. There is no factual basis that natural ingredients are better, because the definition itself of natural is very loosely regulated, especially in the beauty industry. Just because it grows from the ground doesn't make it good. Poison ivy is a good example. Poison ivy is natural. Poison ivy comes from the ground, but you definitely don't want to put it in your skincare. That's an extreme example, but it's true. And there's nothing essential about essential oils. It is merely a term. And any fragrance, rather natural or synthetic, can be problematic for the skin. We're talking products that contain rose oil, orange oil, pine oil, or lavender oils. Might actually end up hurting you. Sure, you get a nice smell, but that might actually be making the problem that you have bought the product for worse. Number 10 is sticking to only one ingredient as a best ingredient is kind of counterproductive. The skin is the largest organ of the body. It needs a complex assortment of beneficial nutrients to thrive, far more than only one ingredient can provide. There is no single best ingredient, no new miracle ingredient, and more beneficial ingredients in skincare products is better for your skin. So, just don't stick to one thing. Try new things. There is nothing that's going to be the best for a certain problem that you have. Number 11, and this is kind of for our dry skin ladies. Dry skin isn't caused by a lack of water. Dry skin is not caused by your skin not having enough moisture. It is because the skin is unable to prevent moisture loss, which is a big difference. Adding more moisture isn't always a good thing, and if anything, too much moisture, like soaking in the bathtub, is bad for your dry skin because it disrupts the skin's outer barrier. It is about maintaining a healthy water balance, which requires products that protect your skin from moisture loss. And some recommendations for that is concentrate on products such as glycerin, cholesterol, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, that one, non-fragrant plant oils, and others. So there's a tip for your dry skin. Number 12, you do not need a special nighttime moisturizer. The only difference between a daytime moisturizer and nighttime one should be that the daytime one's going to have sunscreen. I'm kind of guilty for this because I've been looking at nighttime moisturizers and I've had invested in a couple just for the nighttime. So I was very happy to learn this. This is more to do with the claim that nighttime needs different ingredients, when in reality, skin is repairing itself and producing new skin cells every nanosecond, day and night. There is no research showing that your skin needs special ingredients at night, except that at night you don't need sunscreen. Skin needs a generous amount of antioxidants all day and night. So, your daytime moisturizer, you can use as a nighttime moisturizer, is basically what it's saying. You don't need special ingredients in your nighttime skincare for it to be beneficial. So you don't need to spend all that extra money on a nighttime moisturizer tailored just for the nighttime. Number 13, it is a myth that skin product produces too much oil because it is dry and needs more moisture. I have oily skin. Alright. Oily skin is hard to control because it is determined by hormonal changes you can't control. Products sold to deal with oily skin can actually contain drying and irritating ingredients that can make your oily skin worse. And that is something that's mind-blowing to me and something I plan on researching for episode 2. It is recommended to follow a routine that meets the needs to reduce oil production. Alright, and number 14 is the most important rule is that expensive doesn't always mean better. And I'm guilty about this as well. It all comes down to the formula. Spending less doesn't mean you will hurt your skin. Spending more doesn't necessarily help it either. This book does contain a lot of information, and there's going to be probably quite a few episodes I'm going to be doing for the Soup Bowl Skincare Sundays, following up on tips, tricks, and knowledge regarding this book. Recommended website by the book is cosmeticscop.com. I have to actually look it up myself because I don't know if it actually is still running. Alright, so next episode I'm going to wrap this up here. 15 minutes, which is about what I thought it would be. I'm going to be going through my entire skincare collection after doing this research and reading all about this, and I have 40 products that I want to review and go over. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned next Sunday for that video, because you may have the same products I do, you may have the same skin concerns I do, and I think it's going to be very interesting because I plan on doing quite a bit of my own personal research. So I'm going to wrap up the Soup Bowl Sunday. I hope you all have a shining star day and keep being shining stars, even if I'm only around once or twice a week to remind you. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned next week.